Unapologetic time. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big motivator right here. That's what we've, I can say even like from a lot of us, because I can say being the youngest dude in the game out here, it's like I aspire, I watched, I saw with what y'all were doing, I saw like looking at it, like, hey, how could I do that? Like, how could I get my foot in the door to do that? And here it is now.
Yeah. As soon as they told, literally, as soon as I finally, sweet dear admin assistant, because it took me years, it took me 5 years to finally be able to get multiple students. I asked, had been a top 15 instructor, asked, but I wasn't favored in that way. Literally, as soon as I messed around and got 6. Because dispatchers had respect for me, so they would send their students to me.
Right.
From their drivers that weren't able to get it done. I messed around and got it. I shot from right here at the pad straight to that building. Boss, I'm in the game. Send me anybody. Send me anybody. Because now I'm in the game and I know they don't like me, so I'm making sure everybody get in the game. Because I want everybody to make this money.
That's what it's all about. That's what I came in. Because I tried, I wanted to, but hey.
It wasn't no.
But then?
Ain't no difference. You was content doing TNT until me and you talked about it like, bro.
But you didn't know a different way though.
I couldn't fathom. I'm like, how can I make this amount of money that I'm making now? I thought,
That's what we all were.
Come on,
That's what
man.
we all were.
He's like, man, come on, bro. I'm pretty sure you gotta eat.
It takes initially right off the rip, it takes a little bit of a sacrifice because you realize that ends up being kind of bond money. Like initially in the beginning, it's like you realize, oh crap, I've been used to just running runs. I'm not doing as many runs as what I was doing. And it's just kind of like, oh my God, this is gonna suck. This hurt my money. This hurt my money. And then you're gonna start seeing that start to accumulate, start to come.
I mean, there's no such thing as sacrifice. Success without sacrifice, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's the key word right there. And here comes the new guys. First thing they want to do when they get their truck is go home. They're worried about going home more often than they are worried about making money.
Yeah, but they don't see how that works for them.
Yeah. Can't make money for it.
So what's some of the more precarious situations that y'all have been in? Ones that just made you like, man, hold on, let me think about this real quick.
Being a truck driving or just being here?
Driving.
Driving? Snow in Wyoming, my first year, being stuck in a group of truck drivers going down I-80 and just watching the front trucks damn near, like one truck going to the ditch. I had no place to pull off until at least the next freaking 20 miles. So just damn near death gripping the wheel as you're doing this. This was the first time that I've been in snow and in my own truck. And being out, especially in Wyoming, as we all know, that wind in Wyoming is a motherfucker. So, and that was one of the more precarious situations of what I had been in, but then that situation made me stronger because now I know where my limits are. I know how far I can push myself, how far I can push the truck. Every other situation after that would seem a little easier to me.
How about you, bro?
Almost the same situation, only I was just cut off. I was stuck in a spot. They actually closed 70 when you get up the top of Vail. I was stuck up there for like four days.
You turned into a mountain man.
No. I mean, everything was closed. So you're up there, right? And you think like you're cut off. Dispatch was like, no word, nothing like that. Well, just shut it down and let me know when you're ready, blah, 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 blah. So after I think it was 5 days of just no movement. Road was closed permanently for a while. But after that feeling, I learned maybe I should better prepare my truck for
Yeah.
He
situations.
get out there and hunt.
No, because, you know, it's the things you don't think about that you learn from. So for me, I'll never forget that crap.
I'll say in the situation where I've seen before like that, where you have a whole bunch of truck drivers that are like stopped at a rest stop because the road is closed.
Yeah.
What I saw, which was really cool to me, it was actually a driver that they'd been there for like a couple days. And everybody had been in that rest stop for a couple days. And he was actually getting out and like offering food, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Access, and that was some unity shit that I was like,
Well, that's how it was up there with me. I mean, everybody was sharing and everything, because they caught everybody off guard. I mean, we knew the storm was coming, but I didn't expect the road to be closed like that. I thought it would come back down.
now you
But,
just don't go on.
But now you know, yeah. Well, not only that, but you gotta have your truck prepared winter and summer, whether it is winter or summer or not.
Right.
Especially for what we do.
Preparation prevents poor performance. Sometimes piss poor.
Yes, sir.
Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. What about you, man?
I've seen a lot. I ain't really, honestly, being from the South, and I hear it a lot from people in the South. One of you coming out here, I ain't never been scared of nothing. Ain't nothing on the face of this earth that scared me. So, but my nerves was rattled when I first got out here on my own. Just, it didn't matter if I was at the South or the North, snow, rain, wind, it didn't matter. But at some point, and there's so many situations I could give, sliding on ice. People tell you not that ice scared. No, just don't drive your dumb ass on it. And I did, trying to get my black ass on. You know what I'm saying? And put myself and my student at the time in a bad situation. Now I handled it. Nervous is one thing, but when pressure hit, I'm a person that's just gonna handle it. It's not gonna rattle me. I've had blowouts with students. It calms me. So, but for like students coming out here, oh, I've never driven in snow, I've never driven in ice. Well, hell, I don't either. I don't drive on no damn ice. And it'd be a fool to tell you that I would. So,
I'm doing that shit.
but I tell cats all the time, like, when you doing that, like, you coming out here to do a job. Slow and steady. You got 1,000,000 times to do something slow and steady. You got one time to do that shit too quick. Do it too quick, it is what it is.
When you push yourself, normally it's like everything ended up being fine, but those times whenever you're pushing, oh, I gotta get home. Oh, I gotta get home. I gotta get home. And that's when that shit happens. It's that time that you're pushing yourself a little bit too far, and then that's when the time, like, say you fell asleep. It's like pushing yourself past a limit, that's, you get bit.
So, what's one of the main struggles doing this over your career that y'all had to endure? Like, what's the main thing that kind of just, just taps your shit to where you had to basically find a way to deal with it? Everybody got a situation like that. Like for me, for example, I'm somebody, since I've been out here, I've lost so many people, it's ridiculous. Mama, grandma, brothers, nieces, I'm talking about. So, everybody got that one issue, that you gotta figure out how to soldier on through,
Being away from family is a hard one. But, and I will say that, like, that's not seeing certain things happen, like, or not being involved in situations, end up being almost outside of situations. Those things can suck. It'll help, like, it's good to know that I was strong enough mentally to push myself past that, or I fall on my friends to talk to somebody about it. But the one thing that helped develop me was trying to develop patience. Try to develop patience and not to try to control situations that you cannot control. And putting myself in, or to have that type of mentality to where I can't control that, I'm going to control what I can control.
For me, it was trying to understand why, when I had students fail, why they failed and why they didn't pass. Thinking that maybe I could have done something better, or, I had a hard time getting over that because to me, I looked at it as over a light bulb.
Kind of like
Yeah, something that it was him that talked me into saying, hey, no, it is what it is. But when you're a trainer, you don't, well, at least I didn't think that way. To me, it's like, if you fail, maybe I didn't show you something, maybe I could have done something, blah, blah, blah. Getting over that was my biggest thing. Yeah, well, not to take it personal. Because I believe, and I still do, this is not rocket science.
Right.
So, my job is to put it in a way to where it's impossible for you to be confused. And I think I'm good at doing that. Until you realize you get those that just no matter what you do, they just ain't gonna get it.
No doubt.
So getting over that is probably my biggest thing.
What about you, bro?
Shit, mine is, I guess, the politics. The fucking politics. Like, people take it upon themselves to be so politically motivated in how they do things. And it takes a lot for me to just, the way I know how to handle it, and I always use this as a theory, because people like to say, because I like to use my hands, that I'm violent. Look at him, he ready to fight. What's the easiest way to get somebody to shut the fuck up? Slap the hell out of him. I whoop your ass, you ain't gonna talk no more. If not, you're gonna take it again. So, dealing with the passiveness of people, it's not even my patience of it. I just had to learn, you know what? Kill them off. They dead to me now. You know what I'm saying? I either feel the politics come, I feel like some politics coming, I ain't in agreement with, you dead to me. You dead. And I'm done with it. I ain't got to deal with it no more. We ain't got to work. This is a job made for individuality. You just ain't got to sit at my table and eat no more. You can eat at your table, and I'm happy that you eating. But we ain't got it. You ain't never gonna come to this table again. So that took a lot for me. Cause yeah, my first impulse is in a lot of situations, well, just knock your ass out and be done with this shit.
And you find out that it's a lot easier to just outthink that situation.
Yeah, I just let it ride. Like, okay, you know what? Go your table, happy for you. Here go my table. We ain't got to never combine them together. And that really helps out. That helps me out more so than anything.
You have a saying that I've also adapted to, that be very professional, non-personal.
Oh, it's never personal with me.
You can be professional.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I gotta fuck with you though.
You don't have to. I mean, hey, the dog is due the courtesy of the day. It's only one person that all the damn prime. All the prime. That I would never talk to again because he tried me in front of my kids. And I watched this passive ass sit right in this seat that I did, thinking that because of his passive demeanor, that I was gonna lose my job for it. Until I asked the same people that was sitting here, the head of his department and the head of the training department, if somebody had did that in front of your kids to you, what would you have done? That right there was quickly resolved. And it was understood that that's just the way it is. Like, it's a certain amount of, with all of this, you can take anything. If you take math at the highest level and put it down to 1 + 1, 2 + 2, it makes sense. No different than this right here. I could take it right back to the way I was brought up and make it make sense for me. It's like planting seeds in a field for me. You gotta harvest, you still gotta be able to grab a watermelon and throw it the right way, because if not, it's gonna bust open. Can't sell that. So I take the stuff and how I deal with people out here, you know what I'm saying? I just let it roll. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, what's going on? Speak to you, dog, through the courtesy of the day. After that, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Because you want forgiveness? In my eyes, you want forgiveness? I don't care if it's Allah, Buddha, Jesus, you go to them for forgiveness. I ain't forgiving and I ain't forgetting. You know what I'm saying? Got one that just choked themselves real quick. Let me go check, because I just seen her pull up on some shit that I can pull up on an offset like this here. I'll be back.
See what I mean?
I'll finish the rest of it. Man, hold on. And see, I feel bad to the sense of they didn't pass.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna hold true to my word. The next time they work, it'll be the morning before they test again. They gonna steal on this.
So this is what I meant. We don't teach people to fail. You know? So
yeah, I mean, we pretty much done with them by the time we was up the line. So I mean, I'm basically, in closing, y'all got any words of encouragement for, you know, upcoming drivers that's, you know, thinking about they, you know, ready to take this on? Yeah.
Know what you're doing before you get out here. Meaning that start to try to put yourself in challenging situations, backing wise, that way that you can turn around and teach that person. And also develop patience. You're gonna have to come in here, you're gonna have to be patient with people. And basically, don't come in here because of the money. Obviously the money can be a great motivator. But don't come in here just because of the money. Look out here, come into this knowing that you're gonna be changing people's lives. This here is when you're taking a student from, a lot of these students are coming here with nothing. Like they're coming here with a house, they put their house in storage. They're putting all in on this situation. So you're giving that person the potential for financial independence for the first time, sometimes the first time in their entire life. And you have to realize that, take yourself back and humble yourself enough to realize that's what you're doing with this. That can be your motivator.
No doubt.
yeah, well, I'm gonna say this. For you guys coming in here, you have to be a sponge. Put this down. Nothing about what you're going on back at home, that's not gonna help you. You can't do a damn thing about it anyway. But what you need to do is open up your mind, be a sponge, and take in all the knowledge your training is giving you. Like I say, we can lead you to the water, but we can't make you drink. So either you pay attention to what you're doing right now, stop worrying about crap you can't do a damn thing about, and focus on your training out there so you can be where we are. That's only gonna happen with concentration. So you got like 2 weeks to focus your mind on what you should be doing, and stop worrying about crap you can't do anything about. That's like a constant thought.
And it was once said, concentration brings focus, focus brings manifestation.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, you know, that's how you walk it down.
One of my biggest things is too, when I hear when a student always wants to have it perfect. They want to have it perfect in the book. Oh, I gotta get it perfect. Oh, I gotta get it perfect.
Yeah,
And whenever you strive, I
Right.
tell them, like, whenever you strive, this can be even put into actual life. Whenever you strive just for perfection, you're always going to get disappointment, because nothing is ever going to be good enough for you. Whenever you get to it to where it's just like, hey, you got it in the box, and then eventually you try to make yourself a little bit better as you go along, that's progression.
You're striving for perfection, you're striving for progression.
Strive for progression instead of perfection.
That's right.
Being perfect, well, like that requires consistency. That means you gotta do the same thing over and over and over and get better at it.
Nobody's perfect. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. We've had bad days. There's some days I can't get that damn thing in the hole.
Yeah.
I've seen like many drivers out there, it's like you put me in a situation to where it's like, hey, I'm the only dude I'm the only truck that has to back into this dock, and there's hundreds of docks.
Yeah.
I'm fuck it up every time. It's gonna be sideways, it's gonna be crooked. You're like, how the hell did that fucking door get way over here when I'm supposed to be over here? It's like, why am I facing the door? Like, I don't know how this shit manifested.
Well, it's better to be nervous about knowing what you have to do as opposed to not knowing a damn thing and then try it.
That's a line under that.
You
I
gotta-
appreciate y'all, man, for, you know, rocking with the guy, man, on this, man. Much continued success, y'all. Man, I learned so much from y'all every day. Bro, too, I'm talking about.
Well, that's what we all be
I'm
learning from
like a
everybody.
sponge, but I took a little bit of this, a little bit, a little bit, and I put it like gumbo.
Well,
I learned
that's
from you too.
Exactly. We take the same thing that we all take from each other. And we
Right.
pick up little things from each other that is,
We all bring something different to the table. But if you paying attention, hey, well, damn, my thought could do that too.
Yeah.
We all bring something to the table.
Outstanding.
And from you, it's like almost like me just trying to be as cool as a cucumber, the way that you like.
Hey,
to
man,
be.
you know,
Yeah,
one
it's
shot.
Like
Mr.
nothing
Color
looked like
Code.
it ever bothered this dude. Like,
I'm
hey,
sure.
man, we're gonna get out here and do this. Like, man, I want that kind of like. I'm like, you stupid.
Well, you got a way.
So long.
It's like you got a more ease mind than I've ever seen, man. 'Cause a couple of students you had, I've been like, oh hell no. Well, I can man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh damn. I'm like, we learn from each other, man. That's what we're supposed to do.
I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer, man. Appreciate y'all once again, man. And y'all heard it right here first, man. That's success. Success at its best. It gets no better than that, man. Till next time, stay grinding.
Later.